proud of the way that the guys just put in the shit.
Hey, what's it like in Brazil right now? Is it warm?
Yeah.
It's always hot, huh? Yeah.
You really suck. This sucks more than anything that I've ever sucked before.
You getting that ass, Larry? Know what I mean? You getting that ass, Larry. What the fuck you do?
We are enjoying a lot about this time here in...
Why are you holding up a card to indicate a penalty? Like, there's so many different things you can do when you decide to hold up a card. That's insane to me.
Oh no, I'm stuck. Step bro, come help me.
Where is the vagina? It's a trick question because you can't see it here. You need to part the labia first.
All right. Yes, you got to part the labia. Well, the straight red card. Greetings and salutations, fellas, says Fumar. Yes, good to be here. Yeah, I mean, I think we're both relatively not sick anymore. Right?
I still have a little bit of a nagging cough, not very persistent. It's not bad.
It's not bad. I did want to say that I broke my finger, I think. You can't really tell here, but yeah, I put on some socks because I was cold while I was sleeping the other night. That's like 3 nights ago, whatever the fuck it was.
Sleeping with socks on.
I do too. I did, but for whatever reason, I was cold. Not the rest of me, just my feet. And so I got up. I didn't think I got one of the socks all the way on. And so when I got up to go pee later on, it was pitch black, and I stepped on the longer sock and I fell into the wall and ran my knuckle into it. I managed to keep myself from falling, but I woke up in the morning and my finger was double wide.
That's taking effect in your love life, man.
It does not at all. I'm a left-hander. It's all good. It's on my right, so it's all good. Yeah, and speaking of that, here's something I can't stand about porn. By the way, I thought I'd bring this up. This is the worst kind of porn. The one where they put it in, and then they pull it out, and they go, "Opa!" and then they put it back in, and then they pull it back out. What the hell is that all about?
I don't believe they actually say "Opa."
Whatever.
I mean,
what is that all about? Just put it in and do some fucking, or stop this bullshit. I just found it's tomfoolery.
It's all the tease, Derek.
It's clowning around. And nobody wants that. I don't want it, and I don't know what they're doing. And I'm sure the girls are kind of like either me or get off the pot. You know, what is this about? Other thing that I can't stand about.
Sorry, there's a bunch of people. And he goes, "What?" And he goes, "What the fuck kind of porn?" Derek is referring to the porn where the penis fully is removed from the vagina and then back in. And pulls it in.
Like they pull it out, and they go, "Oh, look at that! Oh, look at that!" and they put it back in. What the hell is that? Stop doing that. I notice it's mostly the Europeans that do that kind of stupid shit. That's stupid in and out porn. Thank you, Labradad. It's stupid and it's dumb. Either get the fucking or stop the porn. This is not meant to be tomfoolery here. All right, that's all I'm saying. I don't want my porn to be a comedy. How's that? And you're not that funny doing that. And to do it for like 10 minutes straight is pretty annoying. I didn't watch it the whole 10 minutes. I just assumed the whole rest of it was going to be that dumb too. And then, what is this DPA stuff? You know what I'm saying?
DP in the A?
Yeah. Like if they can't really do it, and it's just like the two tips of the dicks in there, like, why are we doing this? Like, who's that turning on? Like, you barely can squeeze the very top of the dicks in there. Then why are we doing DPA? This person is clearly not capable of doing DPA. I guess it's for the what? The craziness of it?
I mean, yeah, that just seems weird to me. Either there's one dude straddling another dude going in, or they're flapping balls against each other.
One guy's on the bottom, and then one guy's on top, and she's the sandwich in between, right? So I guess they're not really touching, except their wands are touching inside the butthole. So anyhow, that's just weird porn. I just never really got it. If you're going to do it, then do it. If not, then she's perfectly not capable of doing it. Then what are we watching here? Her basically sit there as two guys fake like there's two penises in this person when it's really just the tips of the heads, right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm getting technical, but I find that very annoying and inauthentic.
I feel like at some point one of the guys came on set and was like, "What are we doing? Wait, at the same time?"
It's anal acrobatics that doesn't necessarily. If they can do it, then fine. If that's your thing, go ahead. But if you can't do it,
the whole connection between the two,
don't fake it. That's all I'm saying. Don't fake anything. Everything's got to be authentic nowadays. Either do it or don't do it or get off the pot. That's what I'm saying. But don't fake it. Because faking, everybody can see fake. Fake. That's fake. All right? You got two tips in. Big deal. What do you want? A trophy for that? No, you don't get a trophy for that. All right. Just stick with feet porn like God intended. I hate feet. Oh, no, I don't want anything to do with feet porn. That's gross. Anyhow, just some things I noticed over the weekend while I was, and in the week because I had time off. And, just some things that I saw, just roaming around the internet. I thought, that's weird. Oh, I'll check that out. What is that? Anyhow, lame. That's what I got to say. Lame. Bad porn. All right. That's it. That's all I had.
So, Derek, when you had your kids in your house and everything like that, and they got in trouble and you punished them, did you ever mock them while they were being punished?
Mock them? Not really. Because usually if they're getting punished,
you missed out. You missed out on a good aspect of being a parent there.
I don't know what that means to mock them. Of course, I was letting them know. However, what they did was,
So this is something that I would do here. I saw this. I'm like, oh my God, this is totally me. I would absolutely do this.
Okay.
So my friend got her phone taken away, and her dad slid this under the door. And it's a piece of paper. Looks like things been written on. It says, "Hi, daughter. Hope you're behaving yourself. I love you." A little heart emoji. Why are you not answering me? Oh, wait. And it's a crying face.
I guess it's mockery. And, if she deserved it, then, mockery is deserved on occasion. The only thing you got to wonder about is whether or not kids understand being mocked and what that really is. Like,
you got to start them early, man.
Yeah, I guess so.
Start them early. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, by the way, the beer I'm drinking tonight is another new one from the Vault series. I guess this is a new thing from Taxman. We did the maple, we did the bourbon. This one's coffee. So
I had the quad over the weekend.
Well, this is a quad too, with coffee and spices. And the alcohol by volume is only 8. Holy crap! That's way down.
It's like drinking water.
Yeah, that's what the can looks like. There you go.
We got reddish and gold. Is that what that is?
Yeah, it's sort of copperish.
Okay, fair enough. That's part of the gold I'm looking at.
And then brown, coffee color too.
All right, so the red is kind of the brownish. Is it at least a reddish brownish color?
I mean, it's orange, brown. I don't know. Can you not see that?
Not really well. I mean, you can see some colors. I mean, it looks like Gryffindor colors.
Yeah, it's a little bit of that. Yeah, a little of that. Kind of dark colors. Okay, so far this one. Wow. I'm not sure I like this one.
I'm not big into the coffee brand beers.
I'm gonna drink it.
It's not my thing. I'll like you said, I've ordered them before. I'm like, it's not that great. But then I keep drinking. People are like, why are you drinking? I'm like, I paid $6 for this fucking thing. I'm gonna drink the full thing.
Yeah. This actually isn't a quad now that I look at it. It says it's a Belgian style brown ale with coffee and spices. I'm not sure I know what a fucking brown ale is, but I would say this one is not distinctly potable. I would not purchase this again. I would not. I'm going to drink this, and I have three more, unfortunately, in the fridge.
I'm going to say David Lamotte.
Oh, God, that's...
David Lamotte says, porn observations and dad jokes. Straight red card has it all.
We do. We come with it all.
Daniel is apparently back from deployment. He's asking what he missed.
A lot, Daniel.
A lot.
Especially
depending on how long you've been gone.
Yeah, especially during the era where we were talking about who the new coach was going to be and all that. That was exciting. And now that
months of nonstop same
Right.
topics over and over again.
And then now that Poach is hired, everything's like super simmered down, right? We still got the games on the weekend, but we don't have too much to talk about until we get to like I think it'll start heating up against when we're 3 or 4 matches in with Poach, right? Then he's had some time and you're expecting something better. Puto, anyhow, PT69 says, Derek, you ever drank Quack? It's a Belgian. I've heard of it. I've seen it. It's a Belgian beer. I just had it this past weekend, but I don't think it's a quad or a double or I think it's just like let me know what it is. I think it was just like a normal ale, like just a basic ale, but I could be wrong, but I'll have to try it out. I did used to see it, but I haven't ever ordered it. So there we go. Go ahead.
So Derek, I mean, I feel like we might have done this piece of fluff before. Scrolling back to try to find some fluff, because as you can take a look for my tabs, it's not a lot to talk about tonight, guys.
No, there really isn't.
We'll make the most of it, of course.
We will.
But I'm not sure if we did this before, but I still think it's funny to bring up. I'm sure you've seen some really, really bad company logos before, right?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of some of them, but they're just the ones you look at. I'm like, what were they thinking?
Well, soccer logos, Bournemouth. What the fuck is that? A head heading a ball? That's weird.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks stupid. It looks really bad, and they run with that. There's some bad logos out there. There's no doubt. There's some bad ones in MLS, frankly.
Yep. All the rebrandings they're off. Has there been a good rebranding?
Well, I mean, better than it was before, kind of, but not by much, which would be maybe KC. Little bit better, but not by much.
Well, that's fair, but they changed completely because they went from like the Wizards to the Wiz. I don't know why they went to the Wiz.
San Jose, not a bit of an improvement.
I don't know.
Some of
I
them
kind of like the original logos. A lot of the newer ones now they've just tried to do this super clean look. I mean, even looking at Serie A, looking at like what Juve and what Roma original badges looked like.
They were great.
Why fuck with that?
Don't fuck with great.
Then they modernize it, and you're just looking at it going like.
I mean, listen, the old MLS logo was horrid. The new MLS logo is just as horrid, if not worse, which is hard to do. Like it's complete clownery somebody made on MS Paint. MS Paint. Seriously.
Yeah.
All right.
There's a lot of them you're looking at going like, I literally could do that on MS Paint.
Yeah, absolutely. By the way, for the 100 of you in here right now, we want to thank you for being here early. Make sure you like, subscribe, share it with your grandma. And sorry, I got a private message about a guy who's having a problem with his stepsister, and I'm sorry to hear about it. I had a girl who asked to pee on me once, and I said, just pass. And I think you gotta draw a line somewhere. If you're not comfortable with it, then you gotta say, no, I really don't want urine all over me and my bed.
Here's how you get around that, Derek. If you know that's like her kink, you go out and find a jellyfish and get stung, and then she has to pee on you there.
What?
I don't know. You're trying to at least you're like, hey, I don't want to judge your kink. I'm not cool with this. But if we're gonna do it, I'm gonna make sure that there's a legit reason for doing it.
Yeah, it's not that urine will kill me or anything. I just think that's a step too far.
It might. We don't know.
Yeah, that and poop. I don't want to be pooped on. I don't want to be peed on. Generally, I'll say, yeah, not really. That's not my thing. Yeah. Right? Also, I'm not hitting you, and I'm not slapping you, and I'm not.
Not in today's world, right? Maybe like 20 years ago, maybe.
Not pulling your hair out. I'm not going to do those things. So,
I'll give a good yank on a ponytail.
Yeah, a yank is fine if that's what they want, but I'm not like severely trying to some people want to be hurt. They want to see marks left on them. Yeah, I think I'll pass on that.
I don't want to see any marks.
I'm not going for anything that could leave a mark. No, sir.
And
okay.
The next day, your girlfriend takes a photo of her, and all of a sudden, you're being brought up on charges. Right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
She told me to smack her. What the hell?
Yeah, exactly. That's a bad idea. And if you are going to slap her, I guess you better record it and have it on film. So when they come to get you the next day, you're like, here, I got it on film.
I mean, here the big problem, they have those, we've talked about this before, but they have the documentation or little pamphlets that are going around campuses now saying Johnny's had a few to drink. Jill's had a few to drink. They have sex. Jill couldn't consent. Johnny raped her. That type of thing. So I mean, even if you get video evidence of like, yes, I totally want him to smack me. Well, maybe she threw back a few. She couldn't consent to that.
It depends on what you mean by she was had a few. I mean, listen, there's legitimate. Some girls are literally passed out and being taken advantage of. Yes.
Not arguing with that. Not arguing with that at all. Yes.
Yeah, that's a problem. That is a problem. And it needs to be fixed.
The concept of be a drunk person at a party hooks up with another drunk person at the party. She didn't consent, type of thing.
Okay, well, that's too simplified. There's a lot more to it than that, right?
There could be more nuance.
Because two drunk people hook up in a bar all the time and fuck.
All the time. But if
one of them is so out of it,
don't do that at college, then, I guess.
If one of them can barely stand, let alone stay conscious, then they couldn't consent. Okay.
Yeah, you up for doing it? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we better not make those jokes.
Oh,
all right.
Come on.
I'm not going there. All right. We do work. So, all right. Anyhow.
No, 100%. No. We had the caveat there at the beginning. It's all right.
Yeah, it's all right. All right. What else?
Back to bad logos.
Back to the logos. Okay.
Back to bad logos. Okay.
Right. Institute de Estudos Orientals. Okay. And it looks like somebody's sitting their ass on top of a stick.
A skyscraper of some
sort. A big dildo that has a statue-esque sort of bottom.
Or it's a sun setting behind a Chinese building.
No, it looks like somebody getting donged up.
It totally looks like somebody's getting done up the butt. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, totally. I don't know what they were thinking with that. And I know that's supposed to be like a Japanese sort of house in front, but it does say
you got the Japanese and Chinese type of roofing going on here. That's the sun that's setting or rising. I don't know
behind it.
Yeah,
but it's in Spanish. Instituto de Estudos. That's Spanish. Oh, it's an institute of the Orientals
studies.
So, first of all, it's not the Orient. Oriental things are stuff you can buy. Mm-hmm. It's Asia. That's what it is. It's a pagoda in front of a sun. I know. We know what it's supposed to be, Fumar. We're just telling you what it is. I'm oddly aroused by this. It's a very bad logo.
Kevin's saying it's Portuguese.
Oh, so it's Portuguese. Either way, it's not the Orient. That's a very pagodon. What's that?
Instead of a pagoda.
Oh,
it's a pagodong.
Pagoda dong. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's bad, Brett. You got any more?
None of those bad logos. Maybe I do. Oh, there are some. Yes, here we go.
Yep, that's bad. That's
like somebody's getting bent over.
Yep, getting done in the butt. Doing the butt.
This is just a close up of this one actually.
Yeah, it is.
They zoomed in right here.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. It's jizz coming out of that.
Wow. Wow.
The jizz coming out of that.
That's fantabulous.
Jesus Christ. What were they thinking?
That's a mouse. That's a corded mouse. It's one of these guys, right? You can't see it because I can't pull it up enough. There it is.
I'm sorry, but that's just poorly done. Very poorly done. It's funny.
Or is it? Maybe they're looking to be humorous here.
It could be, but I somehow doubt it because the nerds that made it probably don't have much of a sense of humor.
That's fair.
Yeah. And I don't know how that penis substitutes for a U. Oh, God, that is atrocious. Is this really the APC's logo? Oh, my God. Talk about child abuse.
Dude.
Jesus Christ.
I don't even want to make a joke here. God. No.
I'm not taking my child there. I don't know what's going to happen.
Seriously.
No, nerds do have humor. I'm talking specifically, Brian, of the nerds who made that. When I say nerds, I'm not really saying they're nerds. It's just their logo nerds, I guess.
I guess we know she's a natural redhead.
Mama's bacon. Yeah. I mean, Jesus Christ. It's quite...
I believe the term is fire crotch.
So what are those things on top of the oven supposed to be? Or are those boobs, right?
I mean, it's supposed to be an oven plus a mom
together.
Yeah,
and then because she's got legs too, so I'm saying, yeah, that's her crotch. What a bush! What a bush! All right, bad logo though. Mama's bacon. While you're getting your teeth done, well, fuck you. That is so bad. Oh my God. I'm glad I didn't see these before the show started.
My wife said she finished 3 times before the dentist was done.
That is so bad.
Hold on. You got a cavity. Let me get my drill,
it really, you got to have the doctor outside of the patient. You can't have the fucking doctor mounting the patient. Oh my God. That is atrocious. Holy Moses.
I'm just curious what's coming out of his chest into her mouth. Or his mouth, maybe. I don't know. I don't want to judge here.
And why is his penis on his chest?
All right. Happy ending dental clinic.
Dental clinic, yeah. For the doctor.
A little 2-for-1 special.
Dentist gets a happy ending. Hey, if I'm going to fucking fix these teeth, I'm going to need a good fuck in the middle of it.
Yeah.
All right. And by the way, he passed out anyhow. We are giving the gas or the sleeping gas. So,
yeah, I don't think Jill here consented to this.
I don't think Jill did consider, or Jack. I don't know. We don't know.
Jack, exactly. We can't tell. That's definitely a flat chest.
Yeah, there's no boobs on that. Who knows
what's happening there?
Yeah, I think that's a little man-on-man action there.
Ooh, fire prevention products.
Oh my God! What is
a
vagina for your?
This goes back to Mama's baking. Apparently,
there's a vagina.
This is that close-up of Mama's baking. Apparently,
this is just atrocious. I can't believe people get paid to make these.
I can't believe somebody made that and said, "Oh yeah, this is gonna be great."
Is this real? Are these fake or are these real?
Hold on. Oh, see, fire prevention products.
Probably
this might be the wrong one to do because that could be anything really.
Right. You should go to one of the other ones. Yeah. Clinica Dental San Marcelino.
Clinica Dental San Marcelino.
Yep. Wait, they fixed it.
But yeah, they probably got some pushback on this.
I would say so.
Look, that's an actual sign.
Yeah. Okay. That's so poorly done.
I would own up to this and be like, that'd be my sign. 100%.
Yeah.
I wouldn't change. I wouldn't have cut down and changed to this. There's a before and after.
Yeah, okay.
But what is this though?
I don't even know what the fuck that's supposed to stand for. I guess it's a smiley face.
Like, please change it. Anything's better.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Hope Solo's anus would be better.
All right. Well, we know these
All
are
right.
real, so fire prevention products do better.
Yep. Yeah, come on. That's really poor. The Safe Place sign always got me. I just couldn't believe these kids are getting fondled. If that's a little girl, she's definitely getting her breasts fondled.
Do you think that's a hug though, not a I'm creeping from behind type of?
Yeah, it looks like there
should be some like wiggly lines around here if you really want to go for that, I guess.
Yeah, abracadabra. I want to reach out and grab you. Safe Place. Yeah, baby. Just use that for their theme song, and then have the hands move a little like this to this a little. All right.
Kumar says restaurant called the Angry Clam with Hope Solo's nudes.
Ooh, well, it wasn't so much her clam that was bad; it was her butthole.
Unironically, safe space.
Safe Place. Yeah, not very. Yeah, It doesn't seem safe at all. All right.
Yeah, did you hear this? That the Native Americans actually want the Washington Redskins logo to come back?
I believe the Native Americans wrote a letter to the Redskins. That was some time ago, and said, "Hey, don't forget about us. We still want to be on the logo." All right.
Well, I mean, it was the logo was designed off of I don't know who it was, a well-known Native American at the time.
Yeah, I mean,
you could probably get away with get around, not calling it the Redskins, but
I think that listen, if it's used, like I was not a fan of the Indians, because their logo for the Indian was a cartoonish sort of gag character.
It was like a caricature, yeah.
Yeah, whereas the Redskins was very respectful, I think, in most ways, and very traditional. Yeah, I don't know, because it's like Vikings. Why do they call the Vikings? Because they're respected warriors of their time, right? Mm-hmm. And I don't see anybody from Scandinavia pissed off about that.
No, they lean into the whole Viking thing. So,
but I think it's more the name Redskins, not so much the logo. That was the problem. Because
I'd be curious to find who the problem was with at the time.
I know, I agree.
Don't get me wrong. I think the name itself could be they could have done better, but
yeah. So if they want it back, that's fine. I guess respect their request, but at this point, it's too late, I think. And I think the Commanders is going to stick. But yeah, I think it was Redskins, because that was a derogatory term at one point. So it was the name Redskins that's derogatory. Not so much the logo was actually really respectful and cool. So
that's like the whole Land of Lakes one. I mean, I thought that was a very classy logo of a Native American. Mm-hmm. I thought, I'm sure Aunt Jemima's relatives are still pissed off.
I haven't heard yet.
I know they are.
I haven't read about that one at all.
They absolutely are pissed off about it.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, you got to honor the people that came up with the recipe or whatever. And I don't know if she really did. I always assumed that was like some sort of original recipe and she was like the founder, but maybe she isn't. Maybe they just stole the logo and used it to, I don't know, sell pancake mix. I don't know. Anyhow,
I don't know about Uncle Ben either, man. I know Uncle Ben got changed.
If I knew more about the background, I could say something, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But the plain fact of the matter is that, you can use all these white faces all over these products, but you can't have an inspired product that was, inspired by an African American. I don't know. I guess it's being exploited if they really didn't have anything to do with it, and Uncle Ben's family never made a dime off of that, and, they're just exploiting the images. So anyhow, it is what it is. I don't know why we're inserting ourselves into the discussion, frankly. King Kalo says for $1.99, thank you, brother. Derek, how often do you beat it? Well, I'm not a huge. I don't really listen to. I was a Michael Jackson fan, but I haven't really listened to a lot of Michael Jackson that much lately. Show not very often. Yeah, with that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you're talking about the other thing, well, that's kind of personal info, don't you think? Is it kind of freaky that you want to know?
You paid $2 for
it. He did. Yeah, personal. Personal. Yeah. Not too much, not too little, just about right. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
And thank you for the 150 of you here now. Make sure you like, subscribe, share it with Grandma. So Aunt Jemima was a mammy stereotype. Yeah, I kind of thought that would be very possible. I didn't know if she ever, like when as a kid,
it was based off of an actual woman.
I didn't know as a kid. See, I assumed that Aunt Jemima was running the company and she had come up with the recipe. That's what I always thought when I was a kid, but I was a kid. And as I got older, I'm like, okay, that's just a logo they're using to sell some shit.
Yeah. Derek, I should have had an OGC logo up when you answered that super chat about how often you listen to Beat It.
I don't know what this means.
Just beat it.
Oh, okay.
And look where that hand's at, man.
Yeah, that one. I don't know. That one's not as egregious.
It's number 9. I mean, it's down the list. Is that all of them? Yeah, that was all of them.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
Right.
That was fun.
Scrolling back up real quick. What was the worst? I mean, Clinica Dental is pretty good.
That was pretty good. And when we say worst, we mean what made us laugh more.
Yeah.
I'd say Clinica Dental. Although that one.
God, that's absolutely the worst.
Gotta be the worst.
That's gonna be the worst, not the haha worst, but just the worst.
Come to my center and suck my dick.
That's literally what it looks like.
That's what it looks like. Yeah.
Like, oh God.
He's even got a hand arching. His back is arched.
Yeah.
And he's got his hand behind his butt.
It's definitely mid thrust, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
All
that's just funny. I love this.
That's funny. Yep.
Yeah. That's I can't believe it was number 2 though, but whatever.
Yeah.
I still think this one is pretty high up there.
I mean, it's the best, but as far as the worst, it's definitely the one with the child. You know,
oh, that one is the worst. Yeah.
That's the worst.
That's worst.
That's bad. If you're running a pediatric center and your logo looks like, pederasty and pedophilia, then that's probably a bad thing. Mm-hmm. All right, let's move on. What else we got? We got real soccer stuff coming up here?
Almost, Derek.
Almost? Okay.
Yeah. So, Derek, you've talked about a lot on this podcast, the many relationships you've had over the course of time, and what's the pettiest thing either you or your other did during a breakup?
Probably the pettiest would be a specific one who threatened to commit suicide the next day if I broke up with her.
I mean,
that's beyond petty.
That's psychotic. That's not. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say that's petty, but yeah.
Well, that's like extra petty. That's petty plus.
Yeah, it's pretty big. I put this video that I'm going to pull up here to shame because not nearly as dark as that, but. Here's what one Australian did.
Can's mother has been forced to block dozens of calls after her ex-partner allegedly took her phone number and plastered it on poles here around the CBD, telling people to call up and impersonate Chewbacca for a chance to win $100.
The most childish breakup I've ever had. Like, all he had to do was be mature and go, I don't love you anymore. I want to move on.
The calls have been waking her and her 3 young children up.
Well, wait a minute. He broke up with her? And he's doing this to her?
I mean, we don't know what she did to him. Maybe she did something,
Maybe
before this all occurred, she blasted him on the radio saying he's got a tiny dick.
My guess is that's the sound she makes when she's having sex. That would be my guess. And he's mocking her because he caught her in bed with another man. Right?
Maybe,
I don't know.
That could be it. just because he insinuated the breakup doesn't mean that being petty wasn't warranted. Maybe he did catch her in bed with somebody else,
or maybe he caught her masturbating to a photo of Chewbacca, and that weirded him out. He's like, "No, babe, I got to end this." And he's like, "Just
maybe just to get her off one more time, just
I guess
Chewbacca voice.
She'll really like this."
Yeah. Maybe he thought this was not petty. Maybe he thought this was a really nice way to break
Maybe he
up.
thought, this is like a present.
Hey, this is her kink,
Yeah.
Hey, don't say I didn't do anything nice for you, okay?
Exactly.
Why do you think she's in that nightgown outfit right now, man?
Before
the. No, it's not. Never mind.
Nope.
All right, let's see what some of these calls say.
In the evening, and they're yet to stop.
That did not sound like.
Well, I'm getting phone calls at really strange hours of the night, about 1 o'clock till 4 o'clock.
Forced to call back the wannabe Wookiees and tear down the posters.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's not petty. That's weird.
That's great.
Could be petty.
That guy instantly became a hero in my books.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny, but it's a little weird as well. And that's, that second one was a weak ass.
Yeah, it was
weak
a really
ass Chewie impression.
It's like it's Sylvester Stallone trying to do Chewbacca. Is that what that
Drunk
was?
Sylvester Stallone. Totally drunk.
Yeah. I mean, I think that goes on the creative ways of breaking up with someone.
Well, no, he already broke up with her. Now he's just torturing her.
What a real dick move to hand out the phone number, of course, but kind of funny.
Yeah, handing up that's not cool.
Yeah. And maybe you only put up a couple of flyers so that way she only gets like 3 dozen phone calls.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's creative. I'll give him that.
So,
okay.
On to soccer topics, Derek. Here we go. We're moving on. 37 minutes into the show. 38.
Yes.
Technically, if we go by soccer time.
Right.
For
the 169 of you in here right now, make sure you like, subscribe, and share it with your grandma. All right.
Derek, do you remember what happened to Bruce Arena with MLS?
Yeah.
His assistant coach turned dick and turned him in for a stupid reason, whatever it was.
Yeah, I guess he called him some names.
Yeah. And remember that they did an investigation and they said, if Bruce ever wants to come back to MLS, he's going to have to suck some commissioner dick.
Apologize.
I mean, I'm paraphrasing, of course. It's not exactly what it said.
Right.
But apparently Bruce is down on his knees, ready to come back.
Really? Bruce Arena? Whoa. The San Jose Earthquakes are in advanced negotiations with Bruce Arena over the head coach vacancy. Sources tell nothing is agreed or signed, but Arena traveled to San Jose on Friday. Okay.
Yeah. And Tom goes on talking about how successful Bruce has been in MLS, which, he's been a good coach for MLS.
Yep.
But it's just,
No, I mean, he's already met with the commissioner since then.
Yeah.
He's been cleared. So there's no way Bruce got on his knees. No way. And I'm sure Bruce stood firm and said, I didn't do that. Or if I did, it's not how you think I did it. And because you know how stubborn he is.
I think whatever it was that happened between him and what's his face? What was the assistant coach?
I forgot already. Long time.
Richie, what's this fucker?
Yep.
Whatever buttfuckery that happened between those two. MLS probably said, "Hey, dude, just give it 6 months. You can, pick up a new job. Everybody's going to forget about this whole thing, except for us, of course." But,
right.
And that's what it's going to happen. It's he's going to get the San Jose gig, and nobody's going to talk about this.
Apparently, he did mock Richie, and that didn't go well once Richie took the job away from Bruce by turning him in for whatever he said to him.
Yeah, he lost.
By the way, he lost it right away. The players want nothing to do with him, number one. And number two, like that guy wouldn't have had a job if it wasn't for Bruce in the first place. He brought him up through Bruce's system. So if Bruce loses it one day and calls you whatever he called you, I mean, just suck it up for a day and get past it. You know, I don't know. Anyhow,
God, the things they call my friends. I mean, the shit you and I say back and forth to each other, man.
That's true.
I feel like Richie would end up losing his ever-loving mind if he was a part of our group.
I think it depends on what he said. You know?
Yeah.
I guess if it was like the F word, or something off the wall, which I don't know if he did or not, but I mean, Richie got him fired. So there
Kevin,
you go.
I don't think that's what Bruce said.
Let me see. Kevin. I don't see it. Oh, I heard that he said you stop playing like an Oriental. All right. So, by the way, Asians are not called Orientals. That's a rug. Rugs are Oriental, but the people are Asian. Anyhow, that's just, kind of how we've been doing it for, they used to call them that. This
was definitely the rumor is what the terminology he dropped.
Yes, that's what I heard through the grapevine. May or may not be true, but apparently Richie took big offense to that and got Bruce fired for it. Although Bruce probably shouldn't have said that. I mean, there are other words you can call him: a goat guzzler, a deep throater, a cocksucker, a motherfucker.
Blade Trinity or whatever. It was like, you cock juggling thunder cunt.
Yeah, something like that would have been more appropriate, probably. Although Richie probably would have gone home crying anyhow.
Yeah.
From what I've heard about people who know him. So anyhow, I could be wrong. Bruce could have been totally in the wrong. Who knows? Bimmy, we've been talking about what word he used, and we've given enough hints. We're not going.
Wink, nudge, nudge.
We're not going the whole way there on that one.
I'm kind of surprised PT hasn't chimed in yet.
Yeah, exactly. All right, what else we got? I forgot to sing the song. Don't bogart that joint, my friend. Hope you're well, Tom. Hope that mustache is holding up. Congratulations on getting married. And Tom Selleck Bogart. Yes, keep it up.
Weekly mustache rides, huh?
Yeah.
Well done. Well played, Tom. Well played.
Yep.
So rumors of Johnny Cardoso on the move again. Same rumors that we've heard over the past one window, I guess, technically.
Yeah, right.
But Johnny Cardoso is a profile which AC Milan have been reflecting for some time. Is this a bad translation? What is this? Reflecting?
Yeah, it's close enough.
Is it a copy to paste from Google Translate?
Close, probably, yes. It's a profile in which AC Milan have been interested in filling for some time. Yes, and he'd be much better off going there, by the way. There's that too. So go to AC Milan. Don't go to Tottenham to die, to go right behind.
That's what Pete's talking about. Pete's talking about going to Spurs though. It's like, I would actually like I prefer this. Prefer this to Spurs.
Oh, absolutely.
I misread this. I misread that. I thought he was saying he'd prefer him to go to Spurs.
No.
Okay.
No. Yeah, much better move. AC Milan.
Yes, I think his profile is better fit for Serie A than Premier League, quite frankly. The pace behind the game in Premier League. I'm not saying that Johnny couldn't do it. I'm just saying Serie A and La Liga are better fits for his style of play.
I mean, for their double pivot, much better because Loftus-Cheek often plays higher up the field in that 3. So it is double pivot with kind of a 10, but
Did that actually go through? Did Tottenham actually place the future bid or whatever, if you will? Okay, I didn't know that actually went through. I thought they were just
got first rights. So.
Thought that was talks.
And you know what?
That sounds like an MLS rule, quite frankly.
If he keeps playing the way he did this weekend, yes, he'll be fine playing for Tottenham, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, how many games has that been this season so far?
Yeah, it's this first really outstanding game so far this season. So, can you hold on one time? I can't breathe through my nose, and I don't have my nose drops. I'll be right back. All right. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. I don't need to actually hold on. Let's see. Only issue is he might be fighting with Fofana for a spot, but he could easily play over Loftus-Cheek. Next to it. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I would like it. Maybe we'd like him go to a different team than AC Milan in Syria. I just don't want him necessarily having to compete.
I just think that
I think sometimes it's okay to play on a mid-table team, guaranteed play time, than to sit there and vie for your playing time week in, week out, and maybe not getting like Musah at this point. Would it be better off for Musah to be playing for somebody like Fiorentina? Let's use him as an example where he might play more than, say, 10 minutes here, 15 minutes there for AC Milan.
you're just going to get very little rope at Tottenham. You go on, you have a couple bad games, you're done. So, Garrick Brett said you were holding him back. From what?
No, you're like, hey, can you hold on? I'll be back or something like that.
I did. I had to get nose drops, man. I can't breathe through my nose.
Yeah, man. Have you been hearing the radio commercial in Indy that's like talking about Advent Nose?
Yeah, I'm not going to do that at this point.
I feel like I need to do something with my sinus canal because I can't breathe. Nose right now, and I need to do something.
I had that option years ago, and I'm like, I'll just keep taking nose drops. They're like, well, your nose is going to fall apart after a while. Well, I'm like, I don't use them every day. So
the funny thing is, I recently saw a short of they're doing one of those balloon cavity things,
sinoplasty.
It's like the guy nearly suffocated the patient because the thing blew up and it came out his mouth. And the guy couldn't breathe. So he had to sit there with a needle and poke the balloon to pop it and then pulled it out of his sinus cavity.
That's like the idiot who was trying to take my heart catheter out. After they put it into my arm, my forearm, all the way into my heart so they could pump antibiotics straight there and have it circulate quicker. It's like, dude, you're just yanking on that so hard and it's not going, it's not budging. This must be a new one. I've never pulled one out like this. Then quit yanking at it with a pair of pliers, you fuckface.
When I got my knee surgery many a year back, this is my first time going in for surgery. But they put the IV in to start pumping you full of stuff to put you out or whatever.
Sure.
And it's a slower process, and then they give you the gas later. But I'm like, I'm sitting there with this thing in my arm. And I'm like, is my arm supposed to feel like that? Like, it's like, I'm trying to explain. It's like, it's not necessarily like on fire. And then the lady realized that the person who put it in there did not put it in the vein or whatever.
The vein. Oh my God. It's going in your muscle.
Just pumping into my arm. I'm just like,
oh man, that's bad, dude. That's really bad. Glad you caught it quickly.
Yeah. I'm just like, this doesn't feel right.
Jesus. All right. What else we got? I just say horrible.
Well, we can talk. I guess let's just branch right into some Yanks Abroad topics here.
Yeah.
I do want to bring up one thing real quick. We're going to eventually get to it, but I don't want to miss it by any means. But as Frank posted on Twitter, he's trying to get us to eat crow about a specific player.
Oh, yeah, bring it up. Let's do that first.
Well, this kid right here. I don't have Frank's comment by any means, but
I read it.
Yeah, no, you responded, yeah. Because he's like straight red and Boomer Richie, I guess it's time to eat crow. I'm like, I had no problem with Cole playing in the second team or anything like that. I never said anything about him. I never said anything bad about the kid.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
I just said, don't whip out the lube, and I quote, this early. Let's wait till at his age he plays for the big boy team.
Yeah.
That's all I said. Don't whip out the lube too early.
You may have mentioned at one point, like, it's not a good sign that a 19-year-old at Dortmund is still
has not yet played for the two.
Reserves,
has not played for the 2 team yet.
Oh, was that it? That was it. Yeah.
Yeah, and he went straight from the 2 team straight to the big boy team. So good for him. You may whip out some lube. I think it's safe to say this is a real prospect now at 18 years old, and he's getting minutes for the big boy team. And they put him in when they were down 2-1. You'd think they put in somebody like who they, were hoping would score a late goal, but apparently they believe in this kid, so they put him in.
I'll say, I mean, I've only seen the kid play in one preseason friendly, but I mean, he has the pace of the style of play. Is a Walmart version of Pulisic in that sense, where he plays similar, like quick style play forward.
I think he's a little bigger than him, though.
Oh yeah, I think. Yeah, he's a little more. He's definitely a little stockier than than Pulisic. But that style, and the same way I say like Brian Gutierrez is like a discount Gio Reyna, but he plays the same style as Gio. Whereas I looked at him in this one friendly. He played like 60 minutes, and I go, I mean, I can see some similarities, but
yeah,
we'll see what happens. I mean, but then again, he's he's getting back up. He's getting up there at 18, getting a couple minutes here and there. So clearly, Dortmund seeing some promise in him.
Oh God, Johnny's losing his shit again. Like, did you know the first time you ever heard Cole Campbell, whether he was white or black? I had no fucking clue. None. But apparently,
it was pretty safe to assume he was white. He did make one-time switch from Iceland, so.
Yeah, well, I still don't make any assumptions anyhow because he was half American. So my point was he could be anything. And anyhow, so yeah, we're not really interested in that angle of it. I'm just glad that he got some time. We'll see where it goes from here.
Yeah.
You can take out a little lube. I still wouldn't use a full jar or anything because we still don't know how he's going to turn out. We don't know if this is an opportunity that's going to work out. We'll see, but this is promising for him. And if he turns out to be a really, really great player, we could use the help out wide for sure.
Did you watch the game?
Yeah, I watched that.
I mean, I know we only played like 2 minutes before stoppage. So like another, I think Tax said he played 6 more minutes stoppage. So let's say 8 minutes. Let's just be nice here and say 8 minutes.
Not enough time to make any judgment whatsoever. Okay. Yep.
Fair enough.
So yeah, no, I wouldn't. There's no way I can make an assessment.
So Frank, just to clarify, Derek will not be eating crow. This was not a crow situation for him.
I never said he was going to definitely suck or anything. I just said put away the lube. Don't get too excited too early. Let's see if he plays.
That's like with Kevin. If Kevin ends up going when he turns to 16, he goes to Europe, and he gets a couple minutes at Man City. Let's just say some random game they're up 5-0 or whatever. He comes in for like a minute. I mean, we're still not going to eat crow for that because all we're saying is let's let the kid develop. Let's see what happens, and then we'll start talking about it.
But I'm certainly not busting out any lube on Kevin Sullivan now. I got to wait and see. It's too early to get too excited about some of these players. Let them develop. Then we'll get excited once they start playing for some real big boy teams.
Did you watch Tax weekend report?
No.
He's starting to report on Nathaniel Brown.
Yeah. That's good.
It's good. It's good. It's he's getting some minutes with the team. And
yeah, you got like 8 minutes.
Trying to make the list for others.
Right. But, Nathaniel Brown has about as much chance of making the German national team as I do. Not very much. So, he's got us to choose. Let's just say that.
Dude, I went to my nephews had a game. And they're playing in an adult league. And I was like, I'll go watch them, support them, whatever. And I'm watching them play, and I'm like, they're playing well. And some of their teammates are playing well, too. But I'm looking at this. I'm looking at that team going, if I just like lost a little bit of weight, I feel like I could jump right in there and play with these guys.
Mm.
These kids who are like 20 years younger than me, I could jump in that game.
You think?
That might be the the Uncle Rico in me, where it's like put me in the match. I bet
put me in, coach.
I bet you I could score a 6-yard shot from here. That type of thing. But
sure.
I was watching that going like, I don't need to be out there outrunning these kids. I need to play smarter.
Yeah, I mean, at some point,
some of the decisions they make, and I'm just like,
at some point, you'll get to my age, Brett, and you'll be like, "Yeah, Derek, no." You'll be like, "No, not really. No,
yeah,
you're way beyond that, my friend." In fact, I felt like that in my 40s. I'm like, "Yeah, no, dude, you partied way too hard. Look at you."
I'm gonna lose the weight, guys. I've decided, and I will join an adult league.
Okay.
And I'll record the matches, and we'll do breakdowns.
Okay. So you'll record. Okay.
We'll do very much a vlog style of covering the team.
Adult porn league.
Well, we lost again this week. We lost 5-1, and
okay, yeah.
I mean, I played well. But...
That'll be funny. All right. On Friday, Castaneda. I had to watch this kid, right? Play for Paderborn in Bundesliga 2, and he went all 90. I thought he looked really good. I know it's only Bundesliga 2, but he's a young kid. He's 18 years old. He's a starter.
Well, that's good
for one of the better teams in
I'll be right back. I need to grab a beer. My throat's getting a little raspy.
Yeah, you need to lubricate. All right. Yep. Joe Enox, however, his Regensburg team lost yet again. Joe Enox is another American manager in Germany, coaching for 2 Bundesliga Regensburg. That now puts them officially at the very bottom of the table, 18th out of 18. You have to wonder yourself how long Joe Enox is going to hold on to his job. They're getting their ass whipped. And then Justin Butler was in the 18 for Dortmund 2. He was in the 18, didn't play. Joe Scally went 90 in a tie, and I thought this is one of Joe Scally's better games, actually. Pretty good game for him. And then on Saturday, Brendan Aronson went 90 in a tie for Leeds. I thought it wasn't as good as the last game, but again, he's contributing, and he's a hard worker, and that's what they need from him, and that's what he provides them. Haji Wright, another goal. I think he sits 3rd in the league in goals right now. For
third in the league, did you say?
Yeah.
Yes.
In the championship.
He has like 5 or something like that. Or 4.
I thought he got more than that.
I'll double check. Maybe I'm wrong.
I think you are. Anyhow, Haji Wright, another goal, 90 minutes in a win. Dwayne Holmes, after scoring last game, went 30 minutes in a tie. Ethan Horvath. I mean, really, what are we going to say? Horvath.
Haji Wright is tied in 3rd place with 5 goals.
5, okay. Sargent's in like 11th or 12th or 13th or somewhere way down.
No, he's 7th. He's tied. Okay. He's tied with 7th at 4 goals.
Because that Science guy's going.
Science is just scoring crazy, man. He's got 10 goals right now. He's leading the league.
He's just killing it out there. I think some cases not passing it to Sargent.
Thank you.
Sometimes.
I was gonna say we'll get into the Sargent one. That's Sunday and everything. I don't want to jump ahead, but yes, I was literally gonna say that same thing.
Yep. All right. Cole Campbell, we already talked about, so he got like 2 minutes plus extra time.
Yeah.
In that loss, and boy, Dortmund, his job may be on the line here really soon, if not already. This is one of the worst stretches Dortmund's had in a while. Pepe went the full 90. He actually played 2 strikers at the end when they brought De Jong in and played them both up top, which I thought was awesome. But Pepe should have had 3 goals. He only got credit for 2, but honestly, he should have got credit for 3, my humble opinion. Tillman,
go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off on that game. So finish.
No, go. Well, all right. Tillman, a goal and also 90 minutes in that win. Ledesma in the 18 never got. No, I don't remember him coming on. Sebastian. Oh, we'll get to that later. So that's that game. Des is still injured. So there you go.
Real quick, jumping back to Dortmund. You're talking about this is a bad run of games. And you're right. They've lost 3 of the last 5.
Yep.
But they're in 7th place with 13 points. Leverkusen's in 3rd place right now with 15 points.
Yep.
It's not like they're completely out of contention by any means.
But the performances have been bad.
Damn, Union Berlin is rocking right now.
Yeah, I know. And that's not because of PFOC either, who lost the starting spot and for the last 2 games has come off the bench. By the way, just so we don't have to say this anymore, in October, Klagenfurt dropped Sebastian Soda. They dumped him.
No.
So we can't make Klagenfurt jokes anymore. He has officially no club.
We can't make Soto jokes anymore right now.
I did not notice that had happened. Maybe it was even in late September, but he has not had a club for a while. They're like, okay, dude, the whole time you were here, you were injured. So bye. We're done waiting at this point. So he's gone. He's clubless. Wow, have the mighty fallen. And boy, did he think a lot of himself at one point. And wow. Not even Klagenfurt wants him anymore. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to be injured all the time. Jedi went 90 for Fulham. Another really good game for him in that tie. Koleosho went 90 in a tie down there in the championship. Julian Green went 90, and Max Dietz went 84 with Green getting an assist in a win. And that kind of pulls them up a little because they've had a rough beginning to the season. So we'll see if they can make that better. God, I got to tell you what, dude. If the Kamala Waltz campaign doesn't stop texting me, I don't know what to do. They got me from every angle. They got me from governors to House Representative members to local mayors. Like the Democratic Party is absolutely blitzing the shit out of me because, you know, obviously my former status in the party, like, oh, you're letting us down. They sent me one that said I'm letting them down because I haven't donated yet. What? I'm letting you down. You're letting me down. What happened to you guys? What happened to the party? Anyhow, Kevin Lund, 20 minutes off the bench in a win for Palermo. Ventura Alvarado in the 18 for Mazatlan in Mexico. Cade Cal went 74 in a loss for Chivas. Hey, another guy, American on that bench now, named Leo Sepulveda. Didn't play, but he was in the 18 for Chivas. Conrad De La Fuente, a whole 20 minutes for Lausanne in Switzerland for one of the lower teams right now in Switzerland. Adams got 9 minutes for Bournemouth, so he's back.
Nice to it was nice to see him brought in and slowly again.
Yeah, gotta take it slow and low.
Now here's the big question. He's back. You know, we got the November window coming up. If you're Poach, are you going to give him a call?
Yes.
I wouldn't.
He will get a call. I don't know how much time he'll play. Maybe 10 minutes
I don't know.
at the end of
it's all Nations League build up, isn't it? So who are we playing again?
But he does need to see him. He does need to see him. He does need to meet him and see him if he hasn't met him yet. If he hasn't already met him somewhere in England, which I haven't heard yet.
Again, I mean, well, we're playing Jamaica. Wow, we're playing Jamaica. Okay. All right, sorry. I didn't mean to. I don't know. It's just one of those things. Like I would give him a moment to recover at the club level before I bother bringing him up again.
I'd say bring him back in the fold and give him 8 minutes at the end of a game. That's it. No more. Just whatever he's able to do right now with Bournemouth, that's all I would give him.
Spots are already, filled. Like I would hate to just have to use one spot, one of our actual roster spots for a player that might get a minute or two.
Well, like I said, 10 minutes, close out a game. We're up 1-0, up 2-0, whatever it is. You just close out the game. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, would I prefer to finally get to see some Maloney? But I'd rather see Maloney at center back anyhow, so it doesn't really matter.
We might be able to solve all the problems there by just doing that.
But you've got Tact out there pushing Tessman as a center back. We got us out there pushing Maloney as a center back. So we'll see who wins out on that. It could be neither of us do. Neither. Although we wouldn't mind seeing Tessman tried as a center back either. So
yeah, no, we talked about that too, and it's I think trying Maloney at a center back makes more sense between the two, but I think both could be done.
Yep, no, for sure. I'd like to see either tried.
I mean, with Richards out in the November window still.
Yep.
I mean, at that point, why the fuck not?
Yep. Sargent 90 versus Morris in Middlesbrough, who also got 90 in that tie. I thought they both were good.
I was watching the game, and obviously the first half not so great for Norwich. They started off strong. I thought they're going to mop Borough up, man.
Yep.
And it was like 3-1 at halftime, and I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna go watch my nephews play. So I gotta go outside and mow my lawn. Basically, mulch the leaves is more likely the terminology here.
Mm-hmm.
And I come back in, and my Jackson goes, Dad, they tied it up. I'm like, what? And then I'm looking on FootMob. I'm like, oh, damn it, Sargent fucking score.
No, he didn't.
No. So I didn't watch him in the second half. I have no idea how he played in that half. But in the first half, I mean, he created a couple chances. He had 100% passing. And something you alluded to when we were talking about the EFL goal scorers, I could count on both hands the number of runs I saw him make, and the passes never came.
Nope.
Oh my God, I was so fucking frustrated because I mean, Larry's been riding up on like, oh, so this is gonna be another week of Sargent not scoring, man. It's X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, he'll score. And then I'm looking at making these runs. I'm like, just pass him the fucking ball. Damn it.
Yep, not much service in that one. But Morris really looks solid. He's kind of the little field general for that team.
So I thought aside from his run into the box where you could argue, was it a foul? Was it a PK? I don't think it was. I think it was a soft foul, but the PK wasn't called.
Right.
Aside from that, I thought his take on the game was basically to receive the ball, take one or two touches, and immediately pass it off to somebody else.
Yeah.
But it's not like when I say that about Ledesma, where like he's getting rid of the ball immediately, back passing it. Morris is at least moving the ball forward.
He's moving it forward. He's got his head up and he's looking for a line breaking pass. And I've seen him do really well on that, make some really great passes early in the season. This game wasn't one of his best, but he wasn't poor.
He had some. I mean, you can go back and look at his passing in that game, but I think he had a number of passes that weren't there, but you could see it, and I don't know. I thought he played well throughout the match that I watched, at least.
Yeah. Oh, we forgot to do a stock up and stocked up down on all.
Oh no. Well, we were doing that. We were doing that later. I thought
it's repetitive. Now we're gonna have to talk about it all over again.
We're gonna have to. Yeah. So
it sucks. So
finish Yanks Abroad. We'll do that.
Oh, that seems repetitive. So.
We're on Sundays, so there's not that many games left.
No, there's still a whole shitload left. Shitload.
So,
Sargent stock, by the way, didn't go anywhere. It's still the same as it was. If it not, it went down a little.
Well, I mean,
because of his.
If we're gonna start talking about stock up, stock down, Pepe scored his 2 goals. It is in the Eredivisie. And Sarge hasn't been scoring, but he also scores for the national team. Not Sarge, but Pepe. So I think his movement in the depth chart, his stock up, stock down, has not changed at all because he's still vying for second and third spot.
Just to me, though, even though he might be doing that, and it hasn't changed, his stock's up. Pepe.
Oh, Pepe, yes.
Sargent,
100%, yes. His stock's up.
And Tillman, if his national team play wasn't so shitty, his stock should be going up, but it's remaining even because for us, he's doing diddly's poo. But he's like one of the most important players on PSV. And
you have to take the league into consideration here in this situation. So how overly impressive is it at this point?
It's very impressive, but the league's not that great.
That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying. It's great Austin Trusty and CCV have great games. Let's just say with Celtic. Okay, well they played bumfuck who knows Scottish Premier team, you know.
Yeah. So Tillman's performance at PSV gets canceled out by his national team performance, so he's just flat nothing. His certainly stock is down with U.S. Men's national team.
I was going to say stock up, stock down from the U.S. Men's national team. I don't care about his club performance. It's his national team performance that really makes a difference there.
Yeah, it's not good. Ethan Horvath, stock down. Haji Wright, stock up across the board. Brendan Aronson, stock down, even though he scored recently for Leeds. He'll need to do something after that.
Why do I have the ASN 100 up if we're just going to
because there's a lot more players that didn't play this weekend that we can talk about. But, I mean, we may not need to. We'll look at it and say, we don't need to.
There's a lot of people on that 100 that shouldn't be on that 100.
Well, that's the other thing we need to point out about that. And Brian's got to fix
Come on, Brian.
that.
You got to update this, man.
Brian, you got to
update me. Come on, Brian.
You got to.
We got to get Brian back on the show, man.
We do. We need to get him back on.
It's been a minute.
Joe Scally, stock, at least with his club, up based on the last game. Maybe that's a little too much. If it's up, it's just up a little bit. But for the U.S. Men's national team, a little bit of kind of stock down. But
I'm going to argue against that. I'm going to say he's flat / kind of up, because I think what Poch is asking of him is what he's providing. It's not to get up into the attack. It is to add as that third center back option. So his defense has been fine.
It's just the same. Yeah,
I've had no problems with his defensive ability. So, and clearly, Poch isn't asking him to get into the attack.
Yep. Sebastian Soto, stock way down.
Off the fucking chart, Derek. Come on.
Yeah, it's so bad. Let's see. Who else did we already talk about? Don't need to say Adams. I mean, he's got no chance to go move his stock at all at this point. Ledesma, stock certainly down at PSV. Not getting much playing time anymore. Lund, even at club, a little bit of stock down for Lund because he was a starter and maybe this is a cycle and he's getting some rest, but he came off the bench. And then, that's pretty much everybody. We talked Morris, at least at Middlesbrough, stock up, kind of flat with the U.S. men's national team, if not a little bit down.
I mean, decent Panama, bad Mexico.
Yep. So. And then we'll get to, by the way, Tifak got 25 in that tie for Union Berlin. His stock is down pretty much across the board. He's not scoring. He's not contributing. Chandler in the 18 in that game, by the way. And here's the other thing. Nathaniel Brown got 9 minutes in that Frankfurt game. But I'm not giving him a stock up yet. All right? It's too early. He's a young guy trying to break through at Frankfurt. And then McKennie, 2 assists in 83 minutes for Juventus. Definitely stock up for him.
Yeah. I love the fact that he got that second assist. I was watching the highlights and I go,
it was a good pass.
I go, is that going to be an assist?
Yes.
Because it's like he made a nice pass, but then it's like Yildiz did like 30 seconds of dribbling around and then put it in.
He picked a hot guy. That's what smart players do. Like Yildiz had already scored the goal before, so give it to the hot hand.
I'm just saying it's one of those things like his first assist. That was a great assist.
Oh, it's great. Yeah.
Fantabulous.
Weah's goal, not bad.
Well, I mean, he was in the right spot, right time. That's what you want.
But that's a skill in itself.
Yeah.
And so I give him credit there, but then he fucked up later and gave up the ball in midfield and allowed Inter Milan to score. That's on Timothy Weah as well. So
the funny thing is this is another one of those games, just like the Norwich game, where I got to catch a little bit of it, and I was like, because I was going to watch my nephews play, and I left, and I'm like, well, I knew that McKennie got the assist and Weah got the goal, and then I'm like, talk to my brother who was driving to the game. I'm like, yeah, they got this assist and this goal. That's great, blah blah blah. And I wonder where they're at now. And I look up, I'm like 4-2. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
And then I check later, and it's like 4-4. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
What's happened here? 3-3, 4-4.
It's a fun game to watch.
All the games, man.
But wait,
I'm going to sit down and watch that game. I didn't get to watch it.
It was fun.
So that's the thing too. I'm like, I feel like I'll still enjoy it despite the fact that it's
not live. But way up, a lot of ups, a lot of downs in that game. So I'm going to give him a flat on that one. McKennie, I think, is kind of just like a slow, steady upwards arc.
McKennie's going up, yeah.
He lost all that weight too. Busio, 89 for Venezia. I think you got to say stock up for him. Generally, with his club, with the national team, but still,
I still think it's stock up because even though I know our midfield got overrun, I don't think I'm not going to pinpoint Busio on that.
Right.
There's certain things that could be like, well, geez, Aiden Morris did X, Y, and Z. But as far as Busio is like, well, he didn't have a great game by any means, but it wasn't a standout as far as saying like, here are all of his glaring holes. So I think it's stock up for the national team.
Yeah, Cardoso certainly stock up for his club. We're still waiting.
Well, he needs to play on the national team under Poch.
Yeah, so we'll see.
I think if you go based off of his history, he's level. He's plateaued. There's sometimes where he does good stuff, and then there are times where like, was he even on the pitch?
Not a problem with his team today, but he has had a slow start with Batiste up until this game. This past game was great. He was great. Fossey, flat. We didn't get to see him with the national team recently, and then they got their asses kicked this weekend. And
Was he playing? Was he playing this weekend?
Yeah, he did. He played. He went 84 minutes, so not bad.
Oh, I could just hear Keller fuming in the background right now.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. He went home injured, and he's playing the very next week.
But he did miss the midweek game before that one, so obviously wasn't 100. And then Booth, 74 minutes, where he was pretty much disappeared for Utrecht.
Okay.
So I'd say
which Booth we talking about?
Taylor.
Yeah. You said Utrecht, so I know.
Yeah, Utrecht.
Where's Zach at?
Lower level. Excelsior.
Oh.
He did play this weekend as well. Paxton Aronson, although I will say Paxton Aronson played really well. He was the best Utrecht player out there for 90 minutes.
Good.
He was fantastic. And they're not why they lost. If anything, he was the only reason they had a shot. So Paxton Aronson stock up for his club for sure. And then, national team, we haven't really seen him. So not really. And then Bello, 90 minutes and a loss. Oh, I know that's a Johnny/Larry favorite.
Yeah, Johnny's been posting. He's like, he was posting it like a few minutes back. He's like, Bello, stock up.
Well, they lost. And okay, it's Austria. So he should be kicking ass every single game, honestly. But he doesn't. Johan Gomez, 16 for Braunschweig. Zahir Al-Islam, 82 minutes and another win for St. Truden, which moves them up to 14th out of 16 teams. That was against Griffin Yao and Westerlo. Griffin Yao is back from injury, went 45 in that loss, along with Brian Reynolds.
There you go. I was going to say, you're forgetting somebody there.
No, I wasn't. Brian Reynolds got 65. I'd say both of their stocks are just sort of steady flat right now. And they are right now currently 8th out of 16 teams. So we'll see what happens there. Another, but a win for St. Truden and Zero Leslam, which is big because it keeps them out of the very bottom two.
I mean, I guess is this a negative towards youth tournaments as a whole? I mean, because you watch the Olympics and you're like, well, geez, Griffin Yao is adding this energy on the left hand side,
except for the last game
matches,
where he started.
Yeah, some matches, but you're sitting there going like, well, he's looking great, blah blah blah, X, Y, and Z,
until he starts, and then he looks bad.
There you go.
Yeah.
But I guess is that the negative though? Is that the negative? That's the fact that you are looking at these players coming in, these youth, you're like so hyped up on this promising how good they're looking, but then you see them playing against fellow adults as well.
Yeah, I never got hyped up about that.
Crap.
I don't let myself get hyped up about that. Henri Chase, 90 minutes in a win for Stuttgart.
Hey, you said it right. Thank you.
If he truly were ours, I'd be hyped up.
Yeah.
I'd be excited because
what's not to like about that? Yeah, exactly.
Since the beginning of the season, the only thing you can say about Henri Chase is stock up. That's it.
Well, at the club, sure.
Well, yeah, he hasn't played for us, and nor has he played for Japan. So there you go. Zach Booth, 71 minutes for Excelsior in the loss. It's going to be a tough season out there, although they're still in the top four. So we'll see what happens in the second division there in the Netherlands. Matt Turner in the 18, stock way down. Chris Richards injured. Sargent, we already did that. Mark McKenzie, 90 minutes for Toulouse. Toulouse? Yeah. In a win. And stock up. Like, the dude was passing. I saw some highlights. He's passing the ball out of the back a lot. His stats were fucking great. I mean, at one point, he was like, I don't know, like 38 out of 40 passes. And he has that potential. We saw him do it for the U.S. Men's national team to carry the ball a little bit forward and make a through pass. So maybe that's something he's evolving into. We got to kind of wait and see. I'm hoping that's the case because we need somebody else besides Richards being the future, or hoping that Maloney plays center back. We need some other prospects at this point. Maloney went 90 in a tie versus Hoffenheim, who are coached by Matarazzo. By the way, Matarazzo and Hoffenheim are 14th out of 18 teams right now in the Bundesliga, and his job is on the line every game right now. Every game. They lose another game, they drop into the bottom three. He may be gone. Meanwhile, Maloney and Heidenheim are 10th out of 18 teams. Yeah. And he went 90 again. But Busio, 80, we already talked about. Look at this. I took the McKennie way. I put their stats down there 3 times. What am I, drunk? All right.
You might be, according to some people.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I need help. Jonathan Gomez. Buried in the obscurity of Greece, playing for PAOK Thessaloniki, traditionally one of the better teams in Greece. But he went 80 minutes in a loss. And, Thessaloniki. That's the city, I believe. But they're called PAOK, which, whatever. Anyhow, we will keep track of Jonathan Gomez. He is playing. But I would say his stock is obscure. Nobody knows. No one's watching. I'm sure Poach has got an eyeball out there. But, it's kind of hard to follow the Greek league.
I'm sure they're keeping tabs.
Right. But
that's
it's
not as much as I could say.
It's obscure, let's be honest. So stock even. Did we miss stock on anybody else? Yeah, no, we didn't. All right. Fernando Arce, 90 minutes for Necaxa in a loss.
I don't think there are two things you said there. I don't think you can say on YouTube, Derek.
What's that?
Ars,
Fernando.
You said something about Cox.
Necaxa. It's the team he plays for in Mexico.
Yeah, Cox.
In Liga MX. Fernando Arce, the son of a legend. 90 minutes, they lost. At least he's playing because they were playing against Toluca, who has, by the way, a guy named Frankie Amaya, who was in the 18 and didn't play for Toluca. Stock nothing for either.
Nobody here knows those names are insulting. I really don't think you can say those.
Nobody knows that Fernando Arce even exists. He's been playing in Liga MX for years. Nobody knows he exists. It's really weird. All right. Man. All of a sudden, my throat's really dry. Alex Mendez was in the 18 for Juarez. And by the way, Alex Mendez plays for one of the worst teams in Mexico. Juarez is one of the stinkiest, worst teams, and he can't get any playing time. What does that tell you? Zendejas, 90 in a win for America. That was against Brendan Vasquez's 30 minutes for Monterrey. And we're seeing Vasquez's minutes are shrinking, even though his stock up might be for the U.S. men's national team. His stock for his club seems to be dipping. Seems to be dipping. Speaking of dipping and stock down at club, Slonina got benched.
Yeah. Ouch.
So I'm like,
there's a lot of thought. There's a lot of talk on the X sphere where it's like, a certain population of the fan base is going to be, are going to tweak out about this. I'm like, it should bother everybody.
You're right.
I mean, whether you rate him or not, I mean, he is still he's a promising young talent, and seeing him get benched should upset, not upset, but upset. Why not? Should upset everybody. Son of a bitch.
I'm not getting upset about it, but what I am doing is saying maybe a lot of us, not us, but I think other people broke out the lube too early on Slonina.
Well, yeah. I mean, I could point out Gaga's deficiencies.
But I still think you still put a little bit of squirt
well, Derek, you cut me off. I was literally going to say the exact thing, what you just said. Right. I said I could point out his deficiencies, but absolutely, did I come out and say like, well, this guy's a promising talent. He's going to be the face. Let's give him a call up. Let's bring him up. X, Y, and Z. Yeah, I'm like, well, Jesus, why do we need Horvath there?
I mean, you didn't put your whole hand in the jar, but you put a little dab on your palm, right?
I gave it a hawk to sure.
And I was saying, I'm not ready to even do that yet. Let's wait, because goalkeepers.
I'm still okay with it. I'm still okay with bringing him up over something like Horvath at this point. Horvath's what, like 20?
I agree.
Who can't even find a spot on one of the worst teams in the EFL at this point. Next season, he'll be in the same league that Gaga just got benched on. So,
no, I get all that. And then the reason that we're so desperate at goalkeeper. So, of course, we're going to look at Slonina. The problem has been with Slonina, if you've watched any of those games that have been on Paramount, I believe it is, like he makes really youthful bad decisions. Like a mature player would not make those decisions.
He is 19, 20 years old.
What was the punch out? The punch out straight to the other team?
Well, I mean, he went for a punch that he shouldn't have because there were two of his defenders right there.
Yeah.
It was not necessary for him to go for it. That's where the air came from. It wasn't a punch. The punch was fine, whatever. It
wasn't.
No. It was fine in the sense that it went out to the 18. The problem was that there was a guy right fucking there.
That punch went the punch went 10 yards. If you're punching a ball, punch it 20.
I'm sorry, but if you're going up against three guys going for the same ball, two of which happen to be your defenders, you're not going to make the best of contact. The point being is that It could have gone 5 yards either way.
To left or right would have been fine.
It would have been perfectly fine. But my point was the error was him going for the punch to begin with, because you had two defenders right there. You don't need to do it.
The trouble with this, Brett, is it's not a first error, right?
Sure.
It's a series of errors that have led him to be benched at Barnsley. So he's 21
right now, yeah.
Yeah, he's wearing diapers still as a goalkeeper. That is a super young goalkeeper.
Kevin just responded, he corrected himself saying 20.
Yeah, I mean, he's super young.
He's going to make stupid mistakes like that.
Yep.
And that's why I'm not writing him off like some people are automatically. I'm like, yeah, I can sit here and point out his faults. He has faults. His distribution sucks donkey dick. He needs to prove that.
It does.
Certain decisions are great, aren't great by any means. But you know what? His shot stopping still solid. There's just certain aspects of his games he needs to refine. He's never going to play for Chelsea. And
but he's 20. Shouldn't some of the immature mistakes start to be cleaned up a little at this point? If he were 18, I'd say, okay, he's 18, but he's now in his 20s. He's got hair on his balls and on his dick, or not his dick, but above his dick. Like
I'm looking at this going, he wants to make a name for himself. And yes, he'll make some youthful decisions that in hindsight, when he gets a little older, he'll look back on and go, Jesus, that was a dumb fucking decision.
He's got plenty of wisdom as a goalkeeper to acquire. There's no doubt about that.
Sure.
So goalkeepers, unlike other field players, they do age with grace. So that's what we got to hope for. We got to hope for wisdom. We got to hope for intelligence and maturity. And then hopefully that works out. But I'm not holding my breath, and I'm certainly not putting a dab in my palm yet. Not yet.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm saying if I had to pick 3 goalkeepers, I would still include him over Horvath at this point.
Jesus, I mean, like
you might as well start looking for the future.
I've got no faith in Horvath whatsoever. I barely got any faith in Turner. I've got very little faith in Stefan. I've got very little faith in. I'm
honestly starting Schulte if I have the choice.
Schulte is like, I'm willing to settle for Schulte at this point.
No, yeah, here says Drake Calendar. No.
Nah, I don't think so.
Stop it. No.
All right, Brett, going crazy today. All right, this is good.
Diego Cochin, according to Untouchables. I mean, still incredibly super young.
I mean, if Slonina is a young child in goalkeeper terms, Cochin is like an infant, right?
Yeah.
In goalkeeper terms, he's a baby. He's still wearing diapers.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
but I'm willing. I'd call him in. Fuck it.
John goes, yeah, but Calendar plays with Messi. That's true. He's got the Messi effect. Maybe that's enough. That's enough.
I mean,
we're sitting here talking about vying for who's going to be the third goalkeeper option.
I can't find a first one.
Well, unfortunately, we have to pick a first one, and we're looking between Schulte and Turner. And I think Turner's window under Poch was fine. But he's not playing, and Schulte is. So I feel, and I know that Schulte's playing in MLS, whatever, X, Y, and Z. But I'm like, I'm up for just going ahead and giving the keys to Schulte and seeing what happens.
I'm fine with that, just because I don't believe in anybody right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Make me a believer. Someone make me a believer.
I don't have trust in Turner. You know what performance he's going to put forth.
Although his shot stopping wasn't bad against
Panama.
Yeah,
exactly. That's what I'm saying. I think his window is fine. I mean, the Mexico one, you can sit there and say, well, he should have been positioned better on that first goal, but that free kick goal was good. It was solid.
Yeah.
So it is what that is, but the second goal I can't pin on him at all. I pin that on Miles. for getting spun like that.
I mean, and H says Schulte is just an inferior Turner. That might be true, but then Turner's been an inferior Turner lately, like for the last year. So up until that game against Panama, he's had a horrible year, year and a half.
The guy's barely played in 3 seasons. And it shows. His confidence is shook.
Yep.
So at this point, I will take an inferior Turner who has confidence. And Schulte has confidence. He's playing well at Columbus.
Yeah.
That makes a difference. I mean, when Stefan was riding pine at Man City, and Turner was still at New England, he came into those camps, and I'm sitting there going like, I'm playing Turner.
Yeah,
because he was firing on all fucking cylinders. Confidence matters. You know.
Yeah.
So,
and then outside of Leagues Cup, at least on paper, statistically, Stefan's not having a really great season. I'm certainly willing to give Stefan a try at this point because we're desperate. We're absolutely fucking desperate to figure out, well, who can play?
I'm willing to give Stefan a call up and then let him make his own case.
Are there any other goalkeepers in MLS that we're missing here?
Who's the people bring up that New York City goalkeeper? I don't know who it is though.
Me either. I don't know. Anyhow, I'm sure there are other.
I mean, I've been a proponent for Celentano. But is he better than Schulte? No.
I don't know. I've watched him play a few games. I thought he played pretty well, but
I think Celentano is a fine goalkeeper. I'm just saying if I have to choose between Schulte and him, I'm going to take Schulte at this point.
I just haven't watched enough of most of them in MLS this season.
Yeah.
Outside if they're playing LA Galaxy, because I watch.
That's fair.
I follow LA Galaxy. I watch LA Galaxy. That's what I do for MLS. I don't necessarily. I might watch a Philly Union game on occasion just to see McGlynn and what's his face, but I just not really checked in enough. So Adunze, I don't think Adunze's in the picture anymore.
Or is it? John says Schulte is good until he gives away a free goal every game. Name a goalkeeper in our pool that doesn't give away a free goal at this point.
That's true. The problem is everybody is like, I never thought we'd be talking about this. Like goalkeeper was so solid for so long.
This is what drives me nuts whenever Tech did the same thing this week as he does every week when he talks about goalkeepers. He's like, we used to be solid at goalkeeper. What happened? I'm like, just watch our show, Tech. We talk about this.
Yes.
We explain what has happened. Our goalkeepers are still good shot stoppers, but the game has changed since the days of the Howards, the Guzans, the Friedels, etc.
None of whom were that good with their feet either.
Yeah. So, I mean, we've always produced good shot stoppers. Always. But the game has changed.
The game changed. The role of the goalkeeper has changed. They're sweeper keepers now, 2 or less or more. Yeah.
More or less, yeah.
So I don't know where Shatorio Dunze is anymore. Is he
no
still
longer with was
it Leicester?
Leicester, I think.
Yeah. I don't know.
Still there or not.
But at this point, I'm desperate. So I'll look at anybody. I'll look at anybody that's left. Odunze is at Charlotte FC.
Yeah.
Does he play? I don't remember.
He's a backup.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing him play when Galaxy played them earlier this season. Or was it Galaxy or was it Philadelphia? Either way, I don't remember him. So,
well, I mean, who knows if he made the move in the summer or in the winter?
Yeah, a lot of teams. Good point by Alex Caven. England having trouble with keepers too. Yeah, I'd agree. If you want to play out of the back, you can blame Plakata says blame Neuer. Yeah, Neuer, obviously one of the guys that can do it, right? So and do it all. And now everybody wants Neuer. Well, how about just a guy who's really confident and stops great shots? That's all I need right now.
Yeah.
And then don't play out of the back from the keeper. Just don't do it. Have them hammer it. I'm sorry, at this point, hammer the ball up the field because our guys so far, outside of coaching, nobody's really good with their feet. Stefan's barely acceptable, but the rest are broken. They're broken out of the back. So, all right. That's it for Yanks Abroad. Let's take a look at Brian Schroeder's top 100.
Yeah, this is kind of a joke, and since we've already talked about a number of the players, but why not?
We'll just look at it and we'll blow through it real fast.
Close.
Find Holmes. He plays on Preston North End. Holmes.
There we go.
This needs to be updated big time.
Like drastically. Brian, if you're watching the show, you need to update this, man.
All right. In the top 7, Luca De La Torre is not the 7th best. No. And
never was.
And his stock's way down with his club. Way down. In fact, his club has already told him, you have no future with us.
I mean, hell, even Gio's stock is way down.
It's way down.
Down at this point.
It's pretty much official. He is injury prone. And then we got way at 8th, Aronson, Musah. Musah stock's a little down, I would say. A little bit down because I don't think that he's progressed like all of us thought he would.
What a weird scenario this was, because the AC Milan coach came out in the preseason and talked about how basically Musah is going to have a prominent role. And then he's just been a bit-minute player, 10 minutes here, 15 minutes there.
Because he had bad games. When he was given a chance to start, he didn't play well.
Yeah.
And he just carried the ball forward, but then in the last half, it was awful. So
Johnny's just not having it. He says, Brett, you're trolling.
Trolling what? What are you trolling about?
with this top 100?
Oh no, we're not trolling. Brian Schroeder's trolling because he hasn't updated it for like a year or more.
No, he's saying I'm trolling because I'm pulling it up right now.
No, we plan on doing this. It's not Brett doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
And then 11 is Dest. Should be
this
healthy.
should be telling because even Flo's not even in here. That's how old this is.
Right. Dest, it's probably 2 years old.
It's got to be at this point, yeah.
Yeah. Dest at 11 should be way higher when healthy. Turner's dropping like a rock off this list. Zimmerman.
Not even existent at this point.
Not in the top 23, not in the top 25. Pepe should probably be a little higher. Morris?
Higher in the sense that players would have been dropped from
yes, so naturally he'll go
Luca
higher.
would have been gone, Gio would have been dropped down, Zimmerman down. So Pepe would be moving up in the process because, you had Flo, and then maybe a couple of these other players will have found their way up in the top 13.
Turner shouldn't be in the top 50 at this point.
Yeah.
He's like outside of the top 50, he's just the best, one of the better goalkeepers we have, which is sad.
But it's sad in the sense that one of our better goalkeepers happens to be less than our top 50.
Right. Morris, if you got Morris ahead of fucking Scally and Sargent, then you're not just you're not watching.
I think that's telling how old this list actually is.
Yeah, this might be 3 years old.
It might be 3 years.
Like if you're running a website, and I love Brian's articles, but you got to update this once, twice, 3, 4 times a year at least.
I would take every 6 months.
I would say every 3.
See, 6 months gives you the culpability of taking a larger sample size than 3 months. Your player might be injured, or he may come back and have a good spell of games, a bad spell of games. I don't know. 6 months seems like it's a larger sample size to pick from.
I'd say 4 months then. But all right. So if we get down to 4 months as a compromise, like if I'm a new person reading articles and I go to Brian's site, who's a great writer, has a lot of great insights, his articles are good, and then I go to his top 100, I'm going to think, this dude does not know what he's talking about. This needs to be updated, Brian. Big time, quick, fast, and in a hurry. Because if people go to your top 100, they're going to go, whoa, what the fuck is this?
Look at 18 through 20. That's that needs to be shuffled a bit.
Jesus, 18 is CCV. Okay, fine. but I'd say Richards is above him. McKenzie, okay. Miles.
I'd say McKenzie's above CCB.
Yeah, could be. Haji Wright certainly needs to shoot up this sucker.
Well, again, assuming this is 3 years old, I mean, he'd still be in Turkey at this point.
Horvath needs to drop way off.
Yeah.
Way off.
Ooh, look at Booth. Booth is in 24? What?
Yeah. Well, by the essence of everybody else being dropped down, he would move up. And then Jesus Ferreira, really?
Maybe it's only 2 years because Vasquez is right there at 27.
Yeah, I don't know when this was last updated.
It's only 2 years.
And then you got Pifak, you got Stefan, you got Acosta above Paredes. I don't think so.
Well, I mean, again, you give the time frame, yeah. But Tillman's right there at 32.
He needs to be bumped up.
Right next to Paul and rolled on.
Yeah, bump those down. And then the last time our homeboy at West Brom played was ages ago, and he's injured again. He needs to drop down. Yeah. Yedlin down. I'm fine with that just being the case with.
So Johnny Samus was updated of May of 2023.
No way!
I can't imagine that being the update date.
This is crazy if that's true.
If that's the date, man. Ooh.
We need to have a talk with Brian.
I don't think no, there's no chance. There's no chance. There's no chance.
Yeah, I would hope not.
Maybe the site's been updated since that point, but I don't think this top 100 has been updated.
It can't be. Anyhow, that's enough. We just thought we'd go through some of those and like, Brian, update this shit.
Tolkien. Oh, that's a weird haircut for Tolkien.
Yeah.
I didn't recognize him with that haircut.
All right, that's enough. We don't need to go through this whole fucking thing. Aiden Morris needs to go up, obviously.
Wow. That's a bad photo of Fosse, man.
Really bad photo.
I think Fosse got younger as he's aged. Good Lord.
He looks like an Egyptian mummy.
He looks like he's been this photo takes place after you've smoked a bit of crack or something, man.
It's not good. Who's 45? That's Keaton Parks.
Yeah, it's Keaton.
Somebody asked, who was that? Kevin. Yeah, Keaton Parks. Bobasi, no. I mean, some of this just Trusty needs to go up. Yeah.
There's Johnny.
Cardoso needs to go way up.
There's Aiden Morris.
No, way up. Gooch he's just been hurt again. So, yeah. I don't know. This needs to be fixed and fixed soon.
What the fuck?
Maloney at 70th? Holy crap. Do you watch the Bundesliga? There is no way he's the 70th.
I mean, two spots away.
Bradley. Didn't Bradley just fucking retire?
There's no chance this is 2023. No chance.
It can't be. There's no way. I mean, Brian's not an idiot. No, he needs to fix this. So, yeah. There's your top 100 from.
I mean, once you get down, once you start getting down to the 80s, 90s, and 100s, I mean, it's like, wait, who is this?
Who's 94?
Bye.
Oh, Brandon Bye. Okay. 96? No. Brendan Servania. Okay. 98? Kessler, no. Glad?
I mean, if you're talking 98, sure, why not?
I mean, fine. Yeah, I'm not going to be a stickler too much for this, but even Cade Cowell's getting fucked on this. Look at Cade Cowell, it's like 87.
I mean, if he kept up with this would be pretty cool.
Yeah, he needs to keep up with this better, because you can't have this on your site. Let people go there and be like, this guy's retarded or whatever, because people will say things like that, because obviously this guy doesn't watch soccer, but he clearly does. He just hasn't updated this for a very long time. So, we got a date here? October. It says October. Scroll down on the tracker. Is that October of last year?
21.
Oh my God, 21.
Nope. The red dot. This is what Larry's saying. May of 23.
Oh, wow.
I think the market value. Maybe this is just code tracking it.
No, it's his
But
code.
But
it's his tracking.
No, I'm saying the code tracking the market value, but not necessarily him updating the list. So, like, this covers. Yeah, I think this the rating here is his coding, but I don't think he necessarily has updated this top 100.
I don't think
as
so.
As of May 23, there's no chance. There's no chance as of last year. Last year and some change, a year and a half ago, that Jordan Morris would be 15th.
No way.
And that Flo Balogun's not even on the list.
Where is Flo? Yeah, this is pre-Flo.
This is definitely pre-Flo. So no. So the market value, or whatever you want to call this, the ranking is updated probably on a well, to an extent. I mean, I feel like it's got to be updated since now. But the actual 100, I don't think he's updated this for a couple of years.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, you can't include Paul and Roldan in the top.
Johnny's saying Larry builds websites for a living and is used to dumbasses not listening about the fact that click the fucking rank tab. We just did it, didn't we? Yeah.
May 23rd. I see that. But I'm saying just because the ranking is being tracked doesn't mean that he's updating that this was updated as of May 23rd.
Well, it said he's down to 29th on the rank, and yet he's 29. See? Yep. It's correct. It's yeah. So I hope.
Oh, I see what you're saying. No way.
Yeah, come on, Brian.
There's no way. No, I can't. I cannot believe for life. You have stuff like this. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it is.
Oh, well, Brian, we got to fix this, brother.
Brian, yeah, if that's a weird ranking system.
Brian, we got to fix this, brother. This cannot stand. You're a great writer. This is not good. This is very bad. This has got to be fixed. So I'll text him. You got to fix this.
Fix your shit.
Hope he doesn't get pissed at me, but I'm like, I'll say it nice as I can to him.
So, okay, so here's what Johnny was saying. Here's the updating. So there's no way his the algorithm as far as how he's ranking it is got to be fucked up. If this was done on May 2023, go back. Oh, look at that. Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay. I'll let him know.
Like, bro, you got this wrong. Like, horrifically wrong.
Yes, this is bad. And you're a good writer, and you're just making yourself look bad with this up there.
Yeah.
So don't do that, Brian.
I mean, I don't even know what he's basing it off of. I mean, I can understand, like, as of May of last year, the end of 2023 season, 2022-2023, maybe Luca De La Torre.
He was doing better.
But, I mean, again, Jordan Morris, John Booth.
Jesus Ferreira. I like that he's got Brooks in the top 30, but, that's got to come down now because Brooks not playing, and, it is what it is. But there are definitely some guys that need to come up and some guys that need to go down.
I mean, I can't get over the fact that Maloney is 70th.
Yeah, that's
so
absurd.
May of 2023.
He was playing.
Yeah, I mean that would have been the end of he would have been Bundesliga 2 at that point.
I thought it would be the beginning. You might be the end of Bundesliga 2. You're right.
Yeah. So okay. So no, wait. Now that makes a little more sense.
Okay.
But I mean, I still don't understand. Like,
wait a minute. This is his second season in Bundesliga 2, which started. This season started
They were promoted last season. They were promoted last season.
You're right. Well, no, they were in Bundesliga 2 last season too. Our Bundesliga 1 last season as well.
No, they were promoted last season into the
the current season is their second season in Bundesliga.
Yes, 2023 and 2024 was the first season in Bundesliga 1.
Right. Now we're in 2024, 2025.
Correct. So as of May 2023, he would have been at the top of Bundesliga 2.
Mm-hmm. Johnny says I'm gay for Chandler. That's weird, but okay. He's not a very attractive man, but he is a funny guy from what I hear. All right, that's it, folks. We are done tonight. I was glad to be here. We didn't have much to cover, but I can't believe
we managed 2 hours.
I can't either. It's really a miracle, mostly. Anyhow, we love you, whether you love us back. I think you do, even if you disagree with us sometimes, which is what we appreciate, because we don't mind having our balls busted. Continue busting our balls on Twitter, too, and making us eat crow. When we're saying, that's not exactly what we said. We'll clarify. It's all right. And but when we will eat crow, we will eat crow. Certainly, we will. Like if all of a sudden Conrad becomes this major killer in the Swiss league and starts scoring goals left and right, becomes a starter for Lausanne, we will. Sebastian Soto somehow ends back up in Norwich and starts scoring goals next to Sargent. We will absolutely have to eat crow, or I will. All right. Until then, we love you. Say hi to your stepsister. You work out that whole golden shower thing. We got nothing to do with that. That's on you. You make the decision. And we will be back on Thursday. Until then, good night. Mwah.
That hurt.
I'm really proud of the way that the guys just put in the shit.
Hey, what's it like in Brazil right now? Is it warm? Yeah. It's always hot, huh? Yeah.
You really suck. This sucks more than anything that I've ever sucked before.
You getting that ass, Larry?